You're stuck in the fog. It's this invisible chain that's stopping you from reaching your goals. You're clawing at where you want to go to continue the journey, but somehow you just can't seem to move forward. Why is that? I experienced the same thing for so long. I just, in my mind, wanted to progress. I wanted to make more money. I wanted to become better. I wanted to become more aware. But there was this magnet pulling me back. It was almost like I could see in front of me, but it was foggy. I couldn't really understand it. And I like to describe it as the fog because that exactly is what I feel in my mind, especially in these moments where I wanted to have a clear outcome of my life, or at least for today. Like, for example, what do I want to complete today? My mind would just fill with fog. It's like, I want to, and then the words would scramble and it would turn into a sort of wordle in my mind. And so I realized that this was due to a factor of things. But one of the main ones was dopamine. I mean, you can call it dopamine, you can call it screen time, you can call it however, but basically external distractions. To be able to connect to a purpose, or at least to be able to connect to something that you truly want to achieve, you need to be able to look within. You need to be able to explore internally what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, and what you're thinking. And when you put all your focus towards something external, like for me was screen, video games, even porn, you start getting this fog. It's like a forest, and this forest becomes foggy, and you can't really see anymore. And so when you can't see, you start getting anxious. And when you start getting anxious, you start procrastinating because you're like, what if I take a step and it's wrong? I might as well just not take it anyways. And so it just fucks with your life in a really annoying way because it's not like you can very well express it to another person, even though I'm trying to do this to you right now. But I'm sure you can get at what I'm trying to say because you've experienced this before. And so the key to eliminating this fog is focus. And it takes a lot of practice. So let's say that you're experiencing fog right now in this video. You really want to click on a video that has a bit more dopamine because I'm not going to edit this. That would ruin the whole point of the video. Once you truly focus on this video, whatever you're trying to achieve, you're battling the fog. So you're swinging your arms, you're fighting, but it's against something that's missed. It's like you can't really grab it, you can't punch it, but you can move it, you can take it away. And so once you exercise this focus of the fog is coming in, let's keep focusing. The fog comes in again, blow it away, keep focusing. You slowly but surely start to be able to focus more on your tasks and on your goals. And you start becoming more consistent. And so I saw the power of this in 5 months. So I went from making zero money, right? I just been fired from a job working at a sandwich shop. I just quit a job at Big Lots, which if you don't know, it's like a poorer version of Walmart, quite literally. And I didn't know what to do. I had fog. I knew I sort of wanted to do sales. I sort of wanted to do content creation. So I was doing a bit of everything, but I would always get fog and go back to just scrolling on Reels and scrolling on TikTok and then starting again and then stopping. Until one day I said, okay, let's try something. What would happen if I stuck to something for a month? And I actually stuck to something. Like every day I had a set of tasks that I would do every day, no matter what. Let's see what would happen. And so I did that with appointment setting. So I went out on Instagram and I searched up every influencer in the niches that I had, I guess, chosen, right? And so I would send about 30 to 40 messages a day to each influencer. And it would be basically just wondering if they had a spot on their team for an appointment setter. Now, mind you, I knew absolutely nothing about appointment setting from experience. Maybe you could bring up the time that I had a social media marketing agency like every other 15-year-old kid did, but that wasn't really appointment setting. And so I finally landed a interview with a very big influencer. At the time, he probably had 300,000, maybe closer to 400. Now he almost has 500,000. And so I landed the interview. Really, my personability, my charisma, and my willingness to learn came out, and that's how I landed my first role. And here I am still 5 months later. I've made my first month of $4,000. which to me was unimaginable. In 5 months, going from zero to $4,000, it's not bad at all. And it allowed me to do a lot more things with my life. But this isn't a video about finances. This is a video that proves to you that once you eliminate this fog, you truly understand what you're capable of. So now I ask myself, what happens if I stick to eliminating this fog for a year? What happens if I stick to this for 5 years? And it's an ongoing process, and it's something you actively have to practice. So for example, when you find yourself wanting to play video games, you have to actively cut yourself off. It's almost like a heroin addict. You have to throw away the needle. When you find yourself mindlessly scrolling, and you know what I'm talking about, like mindlessly, like you don't realize you've scrolled past 20 videos and you're just tranced, you have to stop. Like throw away your phone to the other side of the bed, get up, take a deep breath and think, what am I doing? And so little by little, you start becoming more self-aware of your actions, of your thoughts, and of your lack of thoughts. And so this fog, once it starts clearing, it leaves room for creativity and it leaves room for actual successful thinking. So you can start delving more into philosophy, into business, into writing, and it's going to stick better because you're not going to have this brain fog anymore. You're going to be able to actually focus on the task at hand. And it becomes almost a cheat code because the better you get at this, the more focus you have. The more focus you have, the faster you learn things. The faster you learn things, the faster you can get results. And all the while, you don't feel like a sloth. You don't feel lethargic. You actually feel like your brain is being used in an efficient manner. So if you've experienced this fog, or you're still experiencing it, apply what I've just said. Really just every day, if you have to go back and watch this video, shameless plug, do so. Really just maybe set a reminder on a sticky note in front of your bed that says fog. So every time you look at it, you know, let's snap out of it. Once you snap out of the trance, you will take away the blinds that cover your eyes and you will truly see what's in front of you. And that way you'll be able to put one step forward after the next and climb towards the path.